Alright, that's in focus a little better. Alright, today guys I'm going to show you how to unzip a zip file. This isn't anything super hard, and you're not going to be flashing it to your system partition, so there's no way that you can hurt your phone by doing this. It's not a ROM or anything that's going to change anything in your phone. All it's going to do is this zip file is a file that's been compressed so it can be easily transferred, and I'm going to show you how to unzip it so you have these walls. My little cousin actually suggested I should make a YouTube video, and I started thinking about it, and I thought, that could be a good idea because not everybody knows how to do this. It's a really simple process. You guys, I'm just going to show you a little bit of my home screen here. I think this is a really cool launcher, so I'm going to throw a little prop in here for it. This is Nova launcher. Very nice. You can see my pull down bar. Well, and it's mainly transparent. It's not all the way transparent. I'll turn my brightness up a little bit. You can see through it through there. But that's it. And the wallpaper, if you're wondering, is a weather live wallpaper. That's why the little clouds are up here and the movable sun that's around there with the rays moving around. But anyway, on to what we're doing. To unzip this, you're going to need a third-party file manager. I use ES File Explorer. The UI on it's really nice. It's really easy to navigate. You can see it puts everything in file folders for you, so you just download and you just go to download and it'll show you your downloads, whatever you have there that you want. Today though, we're going to look at a zip that's on my external SD card. You can see that up there also. I'll give you a little device history or a little user history for this. Your SD card's on your phone. Your external SD card is of course the one that you have in there. You guys know that. But if you push that to navigate between them, that'll always bring up your history, and that's your device tree, your device, on down through there, so you can easily navigate between the two. We're going to go down here to the zip. That's the zip we're going to be looking at today. See if that's in focus. All right. And you can tap on it, but it's going to bring up this to view it. You don't want to view it. What you want to do is you want to long press on it, and then you want to go over here to More, where it says More, and click on that. And then up here where it says Extract, you want to extract that zip. And it'll give you selections where it's at. Now it popped up mine as Wall Z because I already have this on my phone, of course. And let me see if I can't fix this focus a little bit. I'm doing this off a tablet. The focus isn't great. But anyway, since it already found it right there, I'm just going to go ahead and unzip it to show you guys the process of doing it. I'm just going to override everything. You can change the path if you want to put it wherever you want, but I mean it's a wallpaper zip, so once it unzips you can move it anywhere you want. I keep it on my external SD card just for the fact that it's a fairly big zip. It's like 176 megabytes, I think. Let's go back here and we'll just look at it and see how big it actually is. I didn't go to properties and that'll show you how to do this. Also, while I'm right here, you can see right there it's 176 megabytes. It's a big zip. But while I'm here, I'll show you, if you download anything like this MD5, you can go into it and hit calculate, and it'll take a second. That's a fairly large number sequence. One of these days it might kick on there. Alright, now that's your MD5 number, and anytime you download anything that has an MD5 signature, you want to make sure you calculate this on your phone and check it with reference to the site where the dev hosting site where you downloaded it, to make sure that you had a good download, especially if you're flashing something to your system partition. You don't want to flash something to your partition that is in essence not complete, or maybe a bad download. That happens especially if you're downloading off 3G or 4G, even Wi-Fi. I suggest that you always calculate and check that. It's not hard. It's easy to do. And if you're flashing something to your system partition and that MD5 is wrong and it's a bad flash, you're taking the risk of at worst bricking your phone and soft bricking it at the least worst. So you're going to be into something there where if you don't have it set up on your phone with a good recovery and maybe a tar or a zip file or a tar to get to Odin or something, if you're in a boot loop, you're going to obviously have to have a zip file to try to zip out of that in recovery. But if you brick your phone, you're going to be at the point where you're going to have to get on a computer and use Odin and Samsung keys in my case because I'm Samsung, but you're going to be using Odin to try to save your phone. So you don't want to do that. It's a real easy step. You know, there's not a lot to it, and it can be done. You can save them if you want, so it doesn't calculate every time. I don't save them because I usually don't have any need to after I flash, and I know it's all right. I know that file's good. So we'll back out of this, and you can see, go back to more. We're going to go ahead and extract this zip, leave the current path, hit OK. Now, see, it's already on here, so it's telling me that I already have it, which we know that. So we're just going to hit apply all and overwrite, and I'll unzip it onto itself here. It's a big zip. It'll take a while. You can see there's 827 actual wallpapers in this zip. And this is a zip that I made, and that MD5 is for that zip. I'll post that with the zip once I get my hosting site up. And I'll link it probably to Facebook, where I've been showing you guys most of this stuff, my Facebook buddies. I think it's kind of cool. As you can see, it's bumped up to 180.48 megabytes, and that's because when you're decompressing something, it's going to get bigger because of the amount of pictures that are in it and whatnot. That's no big deal to worry about that them don't match up. If you notice that, you know, if you're into it that much. But like I was saying, the original zip is on the XDA website. I really suggest anybody into modding their phones, or if you want the original zip, you know, maybe if there's a few wallpapers in there that I took out that I didn't like, go to that site, just Google XDA, hit their homepage, and Google wallpaper zip, and it'll pop right up. If you do that and you use his zip, I suggest that you hit his thanks button. You know, he's a really good dev. These guys throw this stuff together in their free time. You know, none of us get paid for it. It's just like me making this one. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just doing it because I think it was cool, and I know a lot of people want, you know, you want your phone to look neat, and wallpaper's a big deal in it, so that's why I threw this together with some of mine. You see my ROM toolbox is doing things. My phone's always doing something. That's actually setting my CPU because I'm doing something heavy, so it bumped my CPU up automatically. I have my phone rooted, of course, and have a CPU manager on it, and it's overclocked at like 1400 megabytes, I think, or 1400 megahertz, my bad. So it's bumping it up to try to do this a little quicker. This is a Samsung Galaxy S2. It's actually the, you can see the Samsung on it there. This is actually the Boost Mobile variant, so it's the Epic 4G Touch. It's a great phone. I recently went and grabbed a GS3 from Boost, and that's my phone that I'm using now, and I've kept this phone. I've actually kept this phone activated because I really like this phone. I'm thinking about giving my GS3 to my mother because I like this phone so much better. It's a great phone. But if you're at that XDA site, like I was saying, don't forget to hit the thanks button on them guys' wallpaper zip. My zip should be loaded up there today sometime. Now it's going to load up. You guys kind of see my status bar. I have different icons up there. These are all zip files that you can link to on XDA. And this battery mod right there, that's actually one that I made. And it should be in my zip file thing today, but you need to be rooted to do that. So, I mean, and all these, it'll be explained on XDA site, you know. And you can find some great videos. QB King 77 makes some great videos on how to root a phone. It's a fairly simple process nowadays. I mean, you're taking a great risk, and as always, with doing any of this, and it'll be posted on my XDA site, if you do something and mess up your phone, I take no responsibility for it. Follow the OP directions to the T, and you'll be fine. If you get off of them, something bad happens, your phone explodes, your microwave runs away, I'm not responsible. But anyway, here's that wallpaper zip where I made that file. Just go ahead and tap on it, save pictures, tap on that, and then they give you all these folders, and that's where all these wallpapers are now at, you know, and they're categories by, you know, whether they're black, blues, greens, ICS wallpapers. That is from the XDA site. This guy threw some ICS wallpapers in there, which I thought was kind of cool of him to do. There's some launcher docks. Whoops. There's some launcher docks you'll see right there. Now these are all XDA docks. If you looked at my home screen when I was there before, I do not run launcher dock. I like a really clean home screen, but there are some neat launcher docks in here. These are all docks that when you load them up to on your whatever specific ROM you're running, and that'll be your launcher. And your launcher, if it supports different docks, you can load these up. And they're really kind of neat looking. Here's one I thought was neat looking. If I ever did use one, I might use it. You know, and your icons will set right in between there, and your little app for your app page, your app drawer will set in the middle of that. I thought that was kind of neat. I don't run one specifically, so I don't use them, but they're in there anyway, you know, and I don't know how many there are there. Looks like maybe 27 of them. Here's some walls in there also. I'll just do a little quick through. I mean, there is a ton. You can see if I scroll down. I mean, I can scroll down so fast my phone can't load them. You know. You'll see also underneath though where they come from, like that's Venom's wallpaper and Tropical, whatever. These are the places where they come from, and you go up here to like tap a talk, whatnot. These will be ones that come from that actual dev. So I mean, if you wanted to go through and like if you find one you want to thank him personally on the XDA site, you could do that. Mine will be on there also. They'll either be under Gil 81. Or there'll be a reference number. I'll find one here that's mine. That Spark 2's mine. And when you go, like, you know, it starts to show Gil there. When you go into it, it'll show you my reference to my XDA thing. But that is how you unzip a file. I hope this was helpful for all you guys. If you run into any questions, my link should be up on XDA, Gil 81. Just shoot me a question on the forum or PM me. Or you can even hit me up on Facebook. Thank you.